Did you know that there is actual dead bodies in the metro of Madrid? Or that there is a little girl's ghost crying for her mom in the center of Madrid? Ya, selama aku tinggal di Indonesia, ada banyak orang yang coba ditakutin aku dengan cerita-cerita hantu. Tapi sekarang, it's my turn. Ternyata di Madrid ada hantu juga. Dan hari ini aku akan cerita 4 cerita hantu, tapi asli Madrid. Tapi ini gak hantu-hantu biasa. Ini hantu-hantu yang benar. Artinya ini sejarah Spanyol, sejarah Madrid. These people actually live in Madrid, and in Spain is part of the history. So they once were alive. Welcome to the special Halloween video sama Merak Judge. Enggak. Tapi oke, cerita-cerita ini aku akan pakai bahasa Inggris. Karena kalau aku pakai bahasa Indonesia, ini jadi komedi. Kita nggak mau itu ya. Makanya di video ini aku pakai bahasa Inggris. So, let's start. Don't be afraid. Come with me. In the heart of Madrid, facing the Plaza de Cibeles, stand one of the city's most beautiful and terrifying buildings, the Palacio de Linares. During the day, it appears to be an elegant place full of history. But when the night falls, they say whispers, footsteps, and the cries of a little girl can be heard inside. The history says that she was the daughter of the Marquesas of Linares, José and Raimunda de Murga. José came from a wealthy family, and he fell in love with a humble girl called Raimunda. When his father heard this name, he forbade his son to have any contact with this girl. To make sure his relationship ended, he even sent his son, Jose, to London. But not even that stopped them, and they continued to be lovers. Years later, they were already married. But Jose's father passed away. Upon his death, he left a letter for his son, in which he revealed the true reason he had forbidden the romance. In that letter, his father confessed that Jose and Raimunda were siblings. Raimunda was the product of an affair between Jose's father and Raimunda's mother. But despite everything, Raimunda and Jose could obtain a papal bull, casti conviviere, which allows them to live together, but in chastity. But it was already too late. The two of them already conceived a daughter. Desperate and feeling a scandal, they decided to hide the fruit of their forbidden love. The little girl was born, but was never seen alive by anyone else. They say she was walled up shortly after her birth, so the incest will never came to light. Since then, her soul has not found rest. Her ghost began to wander the halls of the palace. The watchmen claim to hear her voice calling for her mom, and some have claimed to see a little girl dressed in white holding her doll. The Palacio de Linares still stands, open to the public. But if you ever go there and hear a little desperate voice calling for her mother, maybe it can be the little Raimunda nearby. You're not scared yet? Let's continue to the second story. In the 16th century, a woman named Elena lived in Madrid. Famous for her beauty and mysterious charm. Her beauty caught the attention of the King Felipe II, who, fascinated by her, gave her a house in the city center, which we know today as the House of the Seven Chimneys. But Elena was not of noble birth, and the king could never marry her. Sometime later, the young woman married a brave soldier named Captain Zapata, who was sent to war by order of Felipe II himself. Elena waited for him faithfully until the news of his death in battlefield arrived. They say that from that moment on, she was consumed by sadness. Shortly after, Elena was found dead in her bedroom, and nobody knew how. Some said that she took her own life for love. Others claimed to have seen knife wounds and have heard strange noises that night. His father, who found the body first, was accused of the crime. But before he could testify, his body was found dead, hanging from a noose with no explanation. The most disturbing thing is that when they go to collect Elena's body, it has disappeared. No one knows who buried it or where. Since then, at midnight, some people claim to see a woman dressed in white walking in the rooftop of the building, holding a torch in her hand, and the haunting sound of her weeping filling the air. Beneath the streets of central Madrid, between the noise of trains and dark tunnels, there is a sound that weighs more than the air. Tirso de Molina station. Not many people know that in that station, real dead bodies rest. When the metro was built in the early 20th century, workers discovered something terrifying: dozens of coffins of human bones. The station have been excavated beneath the old Merced convent, and there, centuries before, the monks have been buried in crypts. The authorities ordered the remains to be moved, but many say that not all were relocated. Some bodies were trapped between the walls and the subway floor. Since then, workers have told scary stories, voices that echo through the tunnels when there is no trains, lights that turn off by themselves, and shadows dressed in habits that whirl slowly through the tunnels. Others have claimed to have felt a cold hand brush their shoulder when they pass near the wall where they are buried. Some say that if you stay silent in the middle of the night, after the last train has passed, you can hear Latin prayers echoing from the depths of the station, prayers for souls that will never rest. But that's not the only ghost story that hides in the metro of Madrid. There's actually so many, but I'm gonna tell you one more. In the heart of Madrid, there is a station where trains no longer stop. It's called Dari. It was inaugurated in the 1919, and during the Spanish Civil War, Dari served as an air raid shelter, where entire families hide from the bombing. Some say they never left. The station closed decades later. Since then, it was sealed underground, and time stopped there. Years later, train drivers began to see figures on the platform, passengers waiting for a train that no longer existed. Others hear voices, children's laughter, and footsteps when the platform was empty. Today is a museum called And Then Zero, but they say at nightfall, the shadows of those refugees continue to waiting in the platform. Will you be brave enough to go there at midnight? Kalau kalian mau aku ke sana, tulis di kolom komentar ya. Aku tahu orang Indonesia suka banget cerita-cerita hantu. Itu cerita-cerita hantu dari Madrid, tapi ternyata ada banyak hantu di Madrid. Kalau kalian pikir ini menarik atau mau tahu lebih banyak cerita-cerita hantu di Spanyol di Madrid, bisa tulis di komentar ya. Aku bikin untuk kalian. So this is the end of the video. I hope you like it and see you in the next video.